Horns up and welcome to the last and final episode of Curry Week on Headbanger's Kitchen. And today we're traveling to Thailand for our curry. We're going to be cooking up a Massaman curry with beef. Yep, you heard that right. We did pork, we did chicken, we did paneer, we did prawns, and now it's time for beef. So anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's go and make this delicious Massaman curry. And we start this recipe by making the curry paste itself, and we're going to toast our spices for that. 2 dried red chilies, 1 stick of cinnamon, peppercorns, coriander seeds, cloves, cardamom, nutmeg, cumin, fennel seeds, and you just want to toast these till they start to become aromatic. Now remember folks, if you don't want to make the curry paste, you can always buy a ready-made one, no problem, but you know what, I just got to show you how to make it. Because fresh paste is always something else. Once we have toasted those, we're going to set them aside. We're going to put it in our blender and then blitz it till you get a nice fine powder. Next up, we're actually going to dry roast some wet ingredients, some peanuts, which are not wet, but well, they fall under the wet ingredients. Half a red onion or shallots, garlic, galangal, which is the Thai ginger, but if you can't find it, use regular ginger. The white part of the lemongrass, cilantro root or the coriander root. If you can't find this, just skip it and just toast those till they start to get some color. And once again folks, if you find it easier to buy the paste in the store, go right ahead. You don't have to make your paste at home, but I wanted to. Alright, once that's done, in the same blender we are going to blitz this into a paste almost. You might need to add a little bit of water to just help it along. Now normally this is done in a mortar and pestle, but since I wanted to use the easy way, this is what I'm doing. Once that's done, we're going to add in the spices that we had powdered earlier. And I'm also adding in a teaspoon of soya bean paste. Now this doesn't have too many carbs, but it can be avoided, and the original recipe calls for shrimp paste. Once that's done, let's blend it again. And at some point my blender stopped working, but luckily most of it was incorporated, so I removed everything into a bowl and I gave it all a good mix, and I didn't need to take out my mortar and pestle. Now to make the actual curry, I'm going to get my wok on the stove and put in some coconut milk. Just about 100 mils, actually less, in fact 50 mils. Once that starts to bubble, I'm going to add in half the amount of curry paste that I had made and give it all a good mix. Now you want to cook this for a fairly long time till the oil separates, and basically what happens is the coconut milk sort of evaporates and the fat is left and your curry paste is sort of frying in that. Now once that happens, we're going to add in our beef. Now this amount of curry paste is actually meant for half a kilo of beef, but my smart self has put in an entire kilo of beef, and as you can see, it's way too much for the pan, but nevertheless give it all a good mix. Then I'm going to add some more coconut milk and some water and just give it all another good mix. Now I'm going to add a bit of stevia to this for some sweetness. I'm also going to add some vinegar for a little bit of acidity and tartness. You can also add tamarind, which is what is there in the original recipe, and some fish sauce. Now I know you guys are paranoid about the sugar in these things, but I'm just using a teaspoon, so it's not a lot of fish sauce, just for that flavor. And then just cover it and let it cook for an hour. Of course, every once in a while, lift the lid, give it a stir and set it right back. Now 30 minutes into this, I realized I don't need to cover it and cook it because otherwise the sauce will not reduce. So anyway, I just did that and let it cook without the lid. And now as you can see, the curry has reduced quite a bit and it's looking good, but my beef is still not very tender, and I blame the Indian cows for this. I mean, sorry, water buffalo, not cows, the water buffaloes. But anyway, at this point I am going to season this with some salt because I have not seasoned it, and the reason I didn't season it in the start was because the sauce would reduce and it might become too salty. So season right at the end. Anyway, this curry looks about done. The beef is as tender as it is ever going to be. I'm just going to finish it off with a little more coconut milk. Just, because I feel like it. Anyway, put that in your bowl and our Massaman curry is done and ready. Anyway, time to taste. Alright folks, time to taste our beef Massaman curry. I gotta say it's been a bit of a rough day in the kitchen with the blender breaking down, and also the beef, it was, I don't know, Indian beef is just not cutting it anymore. I mean water buffalo. But if you live somewhere outside India where you get good quality beef, I think, because I could tell there was something not right with it. Anyway, let me taste now. The curry is solid. Oh yeah. Now the Massaman curry is not the spiciest of Thai curries. It's a beautiful mild flavor with a hint of sweetness, saltiness, and the sourness also from the vinegar. The beef, I'm being honest, the quality of the beef just lets me down, because for slow cooking, beef needs to have fat, it needs marbling. The beef that we get has no marbling, so when it slow cooks, the meat actually dries out and it's not moist and juicy despite it being braised or slow cooked. And if you cook it on the pan and flash fry it, it will be tough as leather. It's still not the most tender. I got to figure out how to fix this, but apart from that, if you got quality beef, or if you use pork, maybe pork shoulder, or if you use chicken legs and thighs, this is gonna knock it out of the park. Anyway, with that, curry week comes to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I didn't do too many curries, but hey, it was supposed to be a week and then it became 1.5, 2 weeks. So hope you enjoyed it. I will do more curries in the future, of course. And you know what? I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. To Thailand for our curry, and we're going to be cooking up. We're going to be cooking up. Hey folks, if you've already subscribed to Headbanger's Kitchen, make sure you hit the bell icon so that you get notifications when I upload a new recipe. Now if you haven't subscribed to the channel, click here and subscribe. If you'd like to support what we do monetarily, click here and support us on Patreon. If you need more curry recipes, just click here. We've done 9 curries on the show so far. And if you didn't know I play in a metal band called Demonic Resurrection, click here and listen to a song. Cheers!